I'm going to go over some price targets for some gap and go trades that I am tracking for the week of February 12th through the 16th. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow and happy Super Bowl Sunday. First up is Lowe's. We ended the week at $222.26. To the north side from where we are takes us to a gap fill to the upside at 223.26. Two standard deviations and resistance is 224.79. The gap closes out at 225.33. Above that takes us to roughly 226.18, another level of resistance. And finally, at 4 standard deviations and a potential take profit area and also resistance, 227.55. To the south side, takes us basically to the middle of the trend, and we are very close to that at 221.96. Negative 2 standard deviations and support takes us to 219.24. A gap opens to the south side at 218.97. It closes out at 218.13. Negative 3 standard deviations and another level of support and potential buy-in area, 217.86. And finally, 216.50. The next one is Boeing. I am in this trade for my mom. We ended the week at 209.20. To the north side takes us to the middle of the trend and resistance at 209.63. Above that, a gap forms at 210.99, 212.49, 213.92, and 215.34. The gap closes out at roughly 217.69. We are not in that channel, not in the zone, not even close, but something to be aware of. To the south side, 206.75, 205.31, and 203.86. A gap forms to the south side at 203.33. And then we've got this bigger gap that closes out at roughly 196.98. We are not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close, but right now on the 5-minute time frame, we are still in a downward channel. Nike is up next. I'm in this trade for my mom. We ended the week at 104.50. To the north side is resistance at 104.66. This gap closes out at 105.03. We are very close. I anticipate this to close out on Monday if we continue to go up in this channel. As you can see, we're in an upward channel. At 2 standard deviations, 105.61. This gap is at 105.78. 106.08. It closes out at 106.47 and 106.55. To the south side, 103.70, 103.22, and 102.74. Baba is the next one. I'm in this trade. We are at 72.02. First up to the north side takes us to a gap that begins at 72.89. So we are at 2 standard deviations, this gap, and then this is at 3 standard deviations, 73.21. It closes out at 73.60 and 74.51. Oops. Now, there's another gap that will take us to $78.12. But we are not in the channel, not in the zone. Oh, 78.11, 78.12. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. But I will, there, clean it up a little bit. Now to the south side, back at the middle of the trend takes us to 69.45. And again, we are at resistance. So I will anticipate a sell-off, but we could jump up to here and then go down. And then long-term, go back up again. But for right now, we are at resistance. If we go up just a hair more, because we are kind of curving up on the RSI there. Kind of going sideways. So we have room to go to the upside and then curve back down. So the middle of the trend, let me do this again, got sidetracked. 69.47, this gap begins at roughly 68.64, closes out at 67.98. 66.89, 65.69, 65.29 closes out that gap and at -4 standard deviations, and another potential buy-in area, 64.37. SLB, we ended the week at 47.08. 47.49 is resistance. 47.73 and 47.96, and eventually we will close out this gap to the north side all the way at 53.03. Not even close right now though. To the south side, 46.54, 46.31, 46.07. And let me update this while I'm here, so it's nice to keep track of price targets for myself on many different levels here. The next one is Altria Group. Note this gap already closed, this gap closed. We are at $40.11. Another level of resistance takes us to 40.18, 40.28, and the gap that I'm tracking would begin at 41.35, closes out at 42.40. Not even close anymore. 39.71, 39.62, 39.52. The next one is Exelon. We are at resistance. People will be taking their profits. They lock in and they leave. So anticipate that. But we could go down to go back up again. You never know. Just got to read the charts every day or on the time frame that you're playing on. 33.54. Oh, wait. Let me go to the north side. 33.87. This gap begins at around 34. 34.03. 34.20, and it closes out at roughly 34.34. Back to the middle of the trend, 33.54. 33.21. Oops. 33.21, 33.04, 32.88. Pfizer is up next. I'm in this trade for my mom. We're at 27.56, basically at the middle of the trend. To the north side takes us to 27.79, 27.90, 28.01, 27.35. Excuse me, I had to attack a gnat, which I don't think I got. I have a lot of plants surrounding me, and the gnats are out because the weather has gotten cooler. All right, 27.56. And I just had some coffee there. 27.13 is another level of support and a potential buy-in area. I am trying to dollar cost average as well. I picked some up at 26.35 last for my mom, but I have some right here as well at 28.74, and I'm going to be playing this gap, so I definitely need to keep an eye on this stock. And I've noticed a lot of commercials for Pfizer. They are pushing COVID shots so hard. It's not my cup of tea, and I don't know. When you have a 50% chance of it working, that's what, a D? No, not a D, an F grade. No, thank you. I will pass on that. And I think I just got that gnat. You cannot pay me enough to get a shot. All right, the next one, 1668 to the north side takes us to 1703, 1711, 1727, 1752, and that closes out at roughly 1777. And then we have, I think, other gaps as well, but I'll have to look at that on a different time frame, or that could be it. I'll double check later. Right now, I'm just trying to give you price action and move it along here. The middle of the trend is 1653, 1635, closes out at 1612, 1604, 1578, 1554 for RIVN. Pacific Gas and Electric. I have a utilities stock, not this one. I have D for Dominion. That one's been sort of all over the place. All right, the middle of the trend takes us to 1626, 1641, 1649. This gap begins at 1654, 1656, and it closes out at 1664. I just like to extend it out because we're a ways off. So I think this may, if we turn around, this could touch 2 standard deviations and then hopefully maybe go sideways and then go up. But check out the price targets as well. I'll do that at a different time. 1611, 1603, and 1596. TSLY. We are finally turning around a little bit because Tesla's turned around a little bit, but that's daily. It can tank on you and then just run right back up again and then dump you out the next day, the next hour. It's psychotic. All right, just like my board members at my HOA. That's a whole nother story. All right. 890, 892, 901, 911, 913, the gap begins, and 921. This gap closes to the upside at 974, so we have a lot of upside potential to look forward to, as well as many other gaps to the north side, because you know that Tesla has tanked to the south side, and when there's a gap down, we tend to see the gap go back up, but it could take a long time. So basically, it's baby steps every day. Read the price action. To the south side, where is my price? Where did my price target go? Oh, I lost it. Oh, bizarre. Let me redo this. Or did I even have it there? 890. There we go. To the south side, the middle of the trend and the potential buy-in area and bounce, 880, 860, 850, and 840. Note the bounce here and the bounce here, sell off here and there, all at resistance. SOFI, I'm in this one, and I did get some for my mom as well, and I bought more for myself. I suppose I could sell some for myself at this last time I bought in right here. I am up, where are we? Oh, we're only here because I guess we were here at one point, 10%, but I didn't sell out. I'm not going to sell out until, let me try this again. Whenever we get to 2 standard deviations, that could be a while, but maybe around 15%. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we are at 813. To the middle of the trend takes us to 819, 820. This gap closes at 840, 842, 853, 864, 796, 785, 773. And the next target I'm going to go for with NEO takes us all the way to here. It's been a slow process. This one's killing us here. All right, we're at 593 to the north side, resistance, 598, 603. This gap begins at 604, closes out at 614. Am I tracking any other potential upside? Yep, all the way to 716 and even higher, but not even close. There's no point in showing it to you. That's super long term. So if you're playing the long game, I'm pretty confident we will Go higher. It's like real estate. I'm in real estate. You play the long game, and typically you make more money if you buy and hold, renovate, increase your rent, and hang on to it. But if you play the short game, obviously you can make money too, but it's more of a headache keeping track and micromanaging. All right, next level, back to the middle of the trend, 584, 574, 569, 565. This gap begins at roughly 560. 538. And I am done. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great trading week. And if there's a ticker you'd like me to go over, please let me know. And if there are gaps that you would like to point out, please let us know as well. It's fun to track. Have a good one.